How's my rolling.net?
The whole thing, like behind a lot of the things that I've been able to accomplish, it really just starts with my vision of things. I'm one of those people, like, I don't like to sound like anybody. I don't like to look like anybody. When it came to me, like, well, because, the state of the game, it's not like it used to be. It's more than talent. You got to have a lot around you. So I said, okay, if I'm going to be unsigned, then this moment right now, I'm going to have everything under my belt to where if you don't do business with me, you'll be crazy. So it was just always finding those things that were outside of the box and really trying to create something that was special, because out here in Minnesota, like, there's no blueprint for me to follow. I'm not blessed like a lot of other people were from major cities, follow their people who came before, go through them doors. I didn't have those privileges, so I'm really like creating a blueprint of my own and just going day by day.
So what was it like getting into hip hop industry, being from an area where it's not really predominant, getting into any aspect of that industry? So what were some of the things that you did to kind of get your foot through the door?
Really being ambitious and just motivated to do it, because it's very hard to do it when there's nothing laid out for you, and you really gotta, just give it your all every single day. It's like it's really like waking up with the same heartbreak every day. So
right.
Along with that, it's like you got your motivation and your drive and your focus and just everything. It has to be in line for you to just push, because it's almost like a big, huge brick wall, and you're using your fist, and it's like you got to hit that mug every single day, like just wearing at it. So it's real. It's still tough, It's nothing's came easy, but it's like me always knowing that there's something big at the end of it. I just keep going, and then I'm always trying to building on that, because like a brand is like sending the same message to somebody every single day until they finally get it. And, okay, he's doing something now. So my message every day is that, I'm out to be one of the best, have a legendary career, always say, my vision to do this is to be 50 years old, still touring, doing world tours like U2 and Rolling Stones and stuff like that. It's a long journey, but it's well worth it. And just the music, it's inspirational, and just doing everything that comes with it. I love it. And you really have to love it, because going through the heartbreaks and the letdowns with music, man, it's enough to break a lot of people down.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people in North Carolina can, kind of feel what I'm going through, because, I mean, what I'm going through is kind of the same thing what Nelly had to go through, what Eminem had to go through, Snoop, not so much Snoop, but, people like that, to be the first person to really break through their region and to stay there and really, like, put that flag on and be that top person, because, I mean, it's tough, but I know it's going to happen sooner or later in a way that, even though I imagine myself being, huge, I know it's going to happen in a way that I can never even fathom, like, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I know I'm not putting this work in for nothing.
You've written your own memoirs, and you also have a documentary coming out. So, what are some of the things that people can look for in that, like, from your own personal experience? What are some of the things that you put into that?
My life completely. It's great, though, because when that goes into just breaking down that door and also being the first person to really break through, because I looked at it as, okay, I have to give them my all, everything about me. And at the end of the day, like, I want it to be more than a nice beat that you hear and a nice video. I want it to be an entire experience, to where at the end of the song or the end of the album or the end of the interview, I want you to feel like you know me. So the memoir book and the documentary were two ways into going into that. And it's great, too, because I found two separate ways to tell the story. Like, it's all based on me, but the book gives you a really super in-depth detail that the movie couldn't provide. And the movie provides a certain visual that the book couldn't provide. You know, so all of it ties into one circle, but it's two different great creative ways to draw you in. Because I also say always, like, I want those type of fans that like grow with me, and I have their hearts. You know, I'd rather have your heart first than have your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because I want those type of fans that are going to be around for a lifetime, you know, to where they believe in everything I do, and we just grow together and just believe in everything and get through them hard times and good times, all that. You know, the Mary J. Blige type fans.
Being an unsigned artist, there's different routes that you can take your career in the future. You know, you can go independent or versus a major label. What direction do you hope to go?
I always have my top three. The politically correct answer would be, you know, the best place possible, but I'm going to keep it real. Like, me as an artist, I always have a top three, you know, a wish list. And that's, like, mostly, I would love to be on Star Trek with Pharrell. You know, he's somebody who what'd you say?
I said definitely.
Yeah. He's somebody, too. It's like, all my top threes are, like, for personal reasons, and Pharrell being one is because I feel, you know, the biggest artist to ever come from Minnesota, you know, and possibly not possibly, he is one of the biggest artists in the world, is Prince. And, you know, he kind of defines our sound in music, and I feel Pharrell is the closest thing to that. Surprisingly, I know this seems like a surprise to a lot of people, but Bad Boy would be another label I would love to be on. Everybody says that.
Yeah.
But it's me personally, you know, because Life After Death is also, you know, that's like my second favorite album of all time, and I'm a fan of the legacy, and I'm a big fan of Puff as a businessman, and just being able to accomplish so much as he, you know, what he does in his personal time and who he is as a person, you know, that's not really my business. But I feel the legacy of what Bad Boy has had, I feel that as an artist, I can bring that back. And also, you know, Rock Nation with Jay, I would love to be on them also, because right now they have every door in the world open. Like J. Cole right now, I'm proud of what he's been able to do so far, and I hope he takes advantage.
Yeah, he's representing from us, you know, here in North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah. I hope he takes advantage of every opportunity, because there's so many big opportunities out there.
Do you have any last comments, anything else you'd like to add or say?
I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys again.
How's my rolling.net?